Hey guys, Nuie here, and today this video is gonna be a little bit different than what I usually do, but 8.1 just went live. If you don't know, here on the EUNA server. Well, it's also got Brazil and stuff, but that's what I refer to it as. So I'm just gonna be doing a quick rundown of the current patch notes, like what they've currently released, and what's gonna be entailed inside of that. Now this is gonna be my view of stuff and what I think is the most interesting about coming out, and I'll probably continue doing. I'll probably do another video like this when they release more of the patch notes, like in terms of classes and stuff. I also want to get class videos out on Paladin, Summy, and what's my last class? Bard. So those will be the three classes I'm going to be playing this patch. I'll be on Nuie, Critical Fear, and Killa, if you guys know those names, or if you want to find me in game. But anyways, let's get down to the patch notes. 8.1. First off, I want to say congratulations to Atria for getting to name the server and winning the competition, even though she definitely stole the name I used. I just want to give her a shout out. She named the new server is going to be called Equilibrium, so that'll be open as soon as the patch is out. I don't know if I'm going to be on it. I might be if I'm just have some free time, but I don't really know. I really am more interested in gearing my main characters. I might hop into it and see what the prizes are like when they announce what those are like. I might just get on and grind some stuff, but I really am not a fan of leveling or anything like that in terms of Allods. I just want to do end game content, so I'm not super focused on it, but that's there. So the things that they've released so far is about legendary proficiency and the new story chapter. So those are going to be talked to, and I'm also going to talk a little bit about the new server. The new server is is quote unquote a fresh start server, as they keep saying, but I'm not really sure how much of a fresh start it actually is. Like, I'm not sure what's actually entailed on the server. I might hop on the server itself and just see what goes on it. I assume it's just like a normal. I assume it's pretty much like the pay to play server, where there's just not a huge amount of cash up, but I'm not really sure. Again, they haven't really released a lot on it yet, other than the fact it's a new server and they say fresh start. So, but hey, I did post. These are the current winners. Once again, Atria, Poodle, you stole my name, 100% stole it. But it's all love. But moving on, we have the actual equipment update. 8.1's is both called I don't know, they keep calling it Creation, but they also call it Iceborne, so I'm not sure if the actual storyline is called Iceborne or if the actual patch is called Iceborne, but either way it's Creation as well. So but the storyline, basically, after defeating Kyros, we get like a little time of peace, I guess, and then there's a grand athletic competition. I'm not really sure what that's going to be entailing, or if we're actually going to get like things like that as new battlegrounds. I'm kind of hoping we are, because that would be cool. Just to try to get away from just like the same PvP cycle. We could also get like races and stuff, as it looks like, and different gladiator events. Like, it could be cool if they actually add this as an extra portion. There's apparently a new baddie in the world, came Cosmos, so that's interesting. Cosmos doesn't really seem like to fit the kind of Greek feel I get from the Aidos. I don't know how to say their name, sorry. I've been calling them ads all like all patch. I've been calling them ads. So but I guess his name is Cosmos. He's very into knowledge and stuff, so I assume we're gonna get from what I know, we're definitely gonna get a new raid. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more challenging in terms of mental tactics, or things that we have to be aware of. Not to say that I didn't enjoy Secret Pass, but a little bit more challenging raid might be fun too. So the next thing they're doing in that is artifacts. Apparently there's 5 upgrade levels of them based off of what this says, and each of them grants bonuses based off the legendary proficiency. Legendary proficiency, if you didn't get a chance to gear up, is what happens when you have multiple fabled pieces. It gives you kind of a buff that increases certain things for your character, like vigor and willpower and stuff like that. Um, I didn't actually upgrade to miss this patch because I changed characters in the middle of the patch because I wanted a more diverse class for PvP, and I also wanted to learn new summoner when this patch hit. So I didn't actually end up finishing gearing. I ended up saving a bunch of gold for patches and stuff, and just I did get full leggies though, but I didn't go into myths or anything like that. They haven't really released a huge amount of notes on this yet, so I assume there will be more coming out, and when there is, I will definitely get an update out for you guys. But basically, that's what the artifacts will be like. It appears that you will get an artifact if you had 2 pieces of fabled equipment. So for those of you who did, shout out to you guys. And if one of you guys want to get some content from me, I will probably reach out to some of my friends in like Minx or Ascendancy and hit them up and see if they have it. Let's see if they can give me a little rundown on what it's like. You can also apparently craft one in this season at some point, so I'm not sure how difficult that will be, but I hope to be able to do that as well. The other thing they've changed so far with that is insignias, whereas you can use insignias to change any piece of gear. You cannot just you don't just have to use them for pieces of gear that are at 100% efficacy, and you can also use them on non-crafted gear. So that's good because it means you can actually focus your stats more the way you want them, and you don't have to farm astrals or farm raids for specific gear. You can just change it, you can just tailor it to your character. I like this because that means I can really focus all of my stats into the stats that I want and don't have to have a couple extra stats or just spend a ton of time farming, which means I can create multiple characters with tailored stats to the way I want it. They're also changed the maze system. So apparently there's a new rating system for maze owners. There's also apparently each death increases the overall rating, and if they fail to rob your maze, each death will grant less rating than in the case of successful plunder. So basically, if people go into your maze and die, but still complete it, you'll get less of a rating, but you'll still get some increase in rating. But if people go to your maze, don't die, and complete it, then you'll get a lower rating. And if people go to your maze, die, and are unable to complete it, then that's where you'll get the highest rating. Less often you are being attacked, the more often plunder will see your name. Okay, so basically, also they set it up so that people with better mazes will get attacked more, people with worse mazes will get attacked less. I guess this is a little helpful for new people because when you first start off your maze, you don't exactly have all the items unless you were paying attention and farming prior to it, like farming Battleground emblems, farming KoE emblems, farming Goblin Ball emblems to be able to get different goblins, or just in a cash shop buying the goblins. So I guess this gives them a little protection because it means that people who are already like developed their Allod or developed their maze and they'll develop their Allod will already have will be attacked more often than people who don't really have anything on their Allod, don't really have traps, don't really have different minions, don't have legendary goblins, don't have anything like that. So I'm a little wary of this because it means Nuie's maze will probably get attacked a lot more because I have legendary goblins in there. But I mean, it's a bonus because I did just get my maze on my summoner, so I'm hoping that means he won't be attacked as much, which would be nice for me. But again, the other class notes and stuff, like other changes to classes, other changes to skirmishes, whatever that is all coming out later. So I will do another video then for all of that. But I'm gonna go play because I really want to get into patch, and I've just downloaded it, and I really want to get into game. So I will catch you all later. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next reviews, and be sure to leave any comments that you would like to see for this this upcoming patch. Once again, I do plan on getting out patch videos in terms of the characters I'm playing as soon as possible. So I hope you guys stay tuned for those, and I'll catch you all in game. Later. Heaven sent my residence.